Rappers you won't believe killed someone.
Oh my God, I have your cooking book now. That's fantastic, thank you so much.
Hip-hop is synonymous with violence, and while not every artist has blood on their hands, some of the world's best rappers have darker pasts than you could ever imagine. Welcome to the Lime Report. Before we begin, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and check out the link in the description to enter a chance at winning our Apple product giveaway. Rap music is the most controversial category in the world thanks to the raunchy lyrics and often violent hooks. While many artists have defended their music as mere self-expression, it seems that not everyone is telling the whole truth in their music. Mainstream rap has undergone many transformations since its inception 3 decades ago, and each time the product was increasingly more violent. With gang members and drug dealers throwing away their old lives in search of fame and fortune, their tales inspired a new generation with tales of money, guns, sex, and violence. As imitators also flock to the scene, it's become nearly impossible to tell the imposters from those with authentic backgrounds. Despite the frauds lurking about, there still remain those who have had to, for one reason or another, end someone's life. What could have moved these rappers to pull the trigger? Don't go anywhere as we reveal their shocking stories next. In today's music, it's not uncommon for an artist to sing about crimes they've committed and even the number of people they've killed. While many rappers such as YNW Melly and Saw Baby have casually shared melodic tributes to their murderous tendencies, none have so brazenly defied the law as, at the time, 16-year-old rapper Tay-K, born Tamor McIntyre. Tay-K had a history of legal issues when he witnessed his friend and musical partner Eric Johnson shoot and kill a woman after a party. Initially thought to be a suspect in the case, Johnson confessed and McIntyre was set free. In July of 2016, Tay-K and 6 other people were arrested on capital murder charges related to a home invasion in Texas. According to court documents, McIntyre masterminded a robbery plot that eventually led to the death of 21-year-old Ethan Walker. Tay-K, just 16 at the time, was placed under house arrest until his hearings were held. However, just before the legal proceedings could begin, the rapper and another suspect decided to cut off their ankle monitors and flee to San Antonio, Texas. Right before cutting off his ankle monitor, Tay-K took to Twitter to air out his thoughts on the situation. This house arrest 12, they're gonna have to catch me on hood, the rapper wrote. Tired of waiting for his court date, Tay-K decided to make his move in a desperate attempt to escape his fate. Keep watching as we continue to follow the young rapper's story from viral artist to inmate for life. While Tay-K's accomplice was captured in May of 2017, the rapper made his way to New Jersey where he recorded his hit song and video, The Race, which detailed his wild 3-month run from law enforcement. Released on the same day he was apprehended by the U.S. Marshals. The video garnered 173 million views on YouTube and launched the young rapper into superstar status right as he was headed to prison for what most assumed to be the rest of his life. While on the run from the police, McIntyre went on a bit of a crime spree. According to prosecutors, Tay-K killed a man in San Antonio while on the run. He also beat and robbed a 65-year-old man in an Arlington park. Although his breakout single, The Race, garnered enough attention for Tay-K to release a successful mixtape while in prison, the track actually hurt him in the long run. Thanks to the extremely detailed lyrics, prosecutors were able to use it as evidence against him in court and ultimately landed the rapper with a guilty verdict. Tay-K was involved in music since 2014, however, his career didn't take off until he killed a man and fled. His shocking actions caught the world's attention and quickly launched his name into the spotlight. In the end, Tay-K was sentenced with 55 years for his murder charges, 30 years for his first aggravated assault charge, and an additional 26 years for his other 2 charges for a grand total of 111 years behind bars. With his reputation as a hardened criminal cemented, Tay-K was facing life in prison thanks to his quest for fame. While Tay-K made plenty of noise and proved his status as a cold-blooded killer in a spectacular fashion, other rappers were in life-or-death situations that moved them to act in self-defense. One night, as he was shopping with his baby mama and 5-year-old daughter at a local Walmart near his Charlotte home, 2 men approached the baby and held him and his family in an attempt to rob them. After a brief fight between the baby and the 2 men, the altercation ended when the rapper shot one of the 2 men and subsequently killed him. After the incident, the baby took to Instagram to address the situation despite his lawyer's advice not to address the issue. Lawyers telling me not to say something and all that. Two men walk down on you and your whole family, threaten y'all, whip out on y'all. Let me see what y'all gonna do. You feel me? In the aftermath of the court's proceedings, DaBaby was charged only with carrying a concealed firearm and received 1 year of unsupervised probation. Although it was never reported, many assumed the robber was in fact deemed an act of self-defense, as DaBaby was never charged for the slaying. When push came to shove, the North Carolina heavyweight proved he was ready to handle his business in any situation. When his family was put in harm's way, DaBaby protected them selflessly. None have dared question the Kirk rapper's legitimacy since his debut. Though DaBaby has admitted that he dislikes fighting, the number of altercations he's been involved in have steadily increased as he's gained notoriety. Thanks to his rugged appearance and bone-rattling bars, the rapper has received a lot of attention from his rivals throughout his rise to fame. However, few have directly challenged DaBaby, as he's proved countless times that he is always ready for action. One of the most notorious trappers in the game right now is Gucci Mane. Throughout the years, Gucci has been known as a master of stirring up trouble before the release of his projects. While the intentions behind his taste for upheaval may never be revealed, Gucci's often gotten himself into some tough situations thanks to his open opinions and bad timing. Gucci's debut was already riddled with controversy, as his beef with Young Jeezy over his first single, Icy, escalated in personal matters. Tensions were soaring between the rapper, and things became messy in 2005 when 4 men set up Gucci at a stripper's house and attempted to rob him. During the attack, Gucci grabbed his pistol and managed to fend off the assailants, killing one of them in the process. His victim, Pookie Loke, was a known associate of Jeezy's, and although no one has ever been able to make the connection, it's clear to see what really happened that night. Following the situation, the media followed Gucci like a hawk and began to paint him as a vicious murderer. Despite the reports, Gucci had to make it clear he was acting in self-defense. During a phone conversation, Gucci took the time to address the allegations. "I just want to let everyone know I'm not a murderer. I was upset. I was scared a little bit, but I had to do what I had to do. You gotta be a man about it. I'm not a bad person. I have remorse for everything that happened." Things further soured between the two rappers, and while there were no other direct attacks on Gucci's life after the failed robbery, the event altered both of their lives forever. Gucci was able to escape jail time thanks to a lack of proper evidence. While he claimed self-defense after killing a man during a robbery, it was ultimately the evidence that saved his life. Gucci has always been known to stir up emotions. However, one thing he has never been is a fraud. Despite the life he took that day, Gucci has not boasted regarding the incident since. The rapper with the most insane murder charge is Snoop Dogg, by far. The Long Beach native rapper was arrested in August of 1993 in connection to the death of a rival gang member. While there have been numerous conflicting reports throughout the years detailing the events of that fateful day in August, the one fact all sides can agree on is that while Snoop wasn't the one who pulled the trigger, but rather his bodyguard at the time, Malik. The fateful event began when rival gang member Philip Walder-Merriam entered Snoop Dogg's territory one day. After being alerted of the trespassing, Snoop Dogg and his bodyguard went out in search of the gang members and found them at a local taco shop. Following a brief altercation between the two sides, Philip and his crew made their escape. The gang members were followed by Snoop Dogg. This is where things split off between Snoop's defense and the DA office. According to Snoop Dogg and his bodyguard, Walder-Merriam drew his gun first to fire at the rapper, and Malik was simply quicker to the draw. While prosecutors brought up the fact that the victim was unarmed when he was found by the police, Snoop and his bodyguard argued that the victim's associate removed his gun in order to ensure both men received murder charges. After facing a brutal legal proceeding, the jury voted 9-3 in favor of acquittal. Though the rapper was free, his legal battles were far from over. Snoop Dogg is one of the most legendary rappers to come from Long Beach. When he was arrested and tried for murder, many believed there was too much evidence against him. However, with famed lawyer Johnny Cochran at his side, Snoop Dogg managed to play the legal system and fight his way to freedom. You could say rap began somewhat by accident. The genre began in DJ Kool Herc's backyard when, during a party, he decided to play the breakdown section to James Brown's Clap Your Hands on repeat, and thus created the first hip-hop beat. Throughout the years, rap has gone through several evolutions, both sound and content. What started as a laid-back party atmosphere grew into the largest genre in the world with thousands of subsections. Despite the sudden thrust into the mainstream from its once rebellious state, rap music has always kept that gritty attitude about it. As rap evolved into the tell-all, dark, new sound that we've grown accustomed to, the need to come in as authentic as possible has always remained. This world provides us with the tech to create music and identities as never before. With so much power now in the hand of the artist, many have tried to replicate the authenticity of those before them in order to gain their fame and fortune. While some pretend to embody the essence of what rap is meant to be, there are certain artists who have proven their street credibility entirely through their actions as no one watched. Although these rappers have taken lives, most of them understand the toll something like murder takes on the human soul. While these aren't the only relevant rappers who have taken a life, their news of their involvement in homicides did come as a shock. Who else could we have included in our list of shocking rappers that have taken a life? Thanks for joining us on Lime Report, everyone. Make sure you let us know what you think in the comment section below. And before you go, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and check out the link in the description to enter a chance at winning our Apple product giveaway.